welcome to Good Vibes Goddess Tarot. So today is pretty much it's a continuation from this like short video Instagram post that I was doing. Um, but I'm now gonna add like a little clip to show you what the whole thing was about, and then we're gonna get started with clearing the energy and the reading. Okay.
You're stopping slowing your growth, physically, spiritually, by impulsively following orders from people or letting your insecurities get the best of you. This allows people to take advantage of your kindness. You're not accepting it because you want a life where everything works out with people in this karmic cycle.
Okay. So now if you have headphones in, turn them down because I'm gonna use the bowl to cleanse the energy. Then we can get started with the reading. Okay. I'm gonna start with the affirmations. So yeah, started with the questions. What you should think about, what you should, you know, keep in mind, pretty much. Okay. So we have, what is the most courageous thing I have ever done? How do I show courage in my everyday life? What is something what is working well in my life right now? How would I live my life differently if I know no one would judge me? How do I feel about accepting my negative qualities? Am I able to accept myself, my whole self? Why is it not focusing? There you go. Am I holding on to something I need to let go of? What steps should I take to let go? Then we have, what is special about me? Why is the world better because of my presence in it? And then we have, what does success means to me personally? What would I do differently next time? Then at the bottom it says, what is an obstacle in my life? Hold on. What is an obstacle in your life you never thought you would overcome? How did you overcome it? So we have the Four of Swords and the Eight of Wands. So you might be, if you're going on a journey or a trip, you might be second guessing it. Take a time out, rethink it. Um, or if you are always going right round and round and round, it might be saying that you need to take some time out to rest and recharge and rejuvenate. Rest your mind, rest your body, so you can have the energy to move and make the movements that you need. So like when it's time to get ready, you already have the energy. You don't have to worry about um that you're tired, you're sleepy, you're groggy, and stuff like that. You have enough energy and you're healthy enough to do what is being asked of you, or whatever you want to do. Not really being asked of you, just whatever you wanted to do. You have enough energy to do it. Then we have the Star. Yeah, because when it comes time for you to like be in the spotlight, um, or to express yourself, you can do it very effectively and coherently, and you're being your true authentic self, and you're not being unapologetically you. When it says that, can you accept yourself, um, the whole, like your whole self? This is what the Star is about. This is why it's like normally they're naked. It's like being vulnerable and showing it, like exposing yourself to everybody and being who you are, and everybody can see who you are, and you don't really care about the judgment and stuff like that. Well, over here you care about it. You're saying like you need to not care about it and worry about like what makes you happy personally. What does success means to you personally? What do happiness mean to you personally? What do relationships, friendships look to you or mean to you personally and stuff like that? Because it varies from person to person. Um, that's why it's like you need to stop, rethink, rest, recharge, figure out what you want, so you can start moving in that direction. So you can find your purpose, live in your purpose, and have like hope rather than over here or in this situation you will be in despair with these people, trying to bring them into a cycle where they're not meant to be in. Right? Because this stick has the rainbow and then the star has the rainbow. Like you're the one moving on to the star and finding what actually make you happy, not these people. But you need to rest and recharge in order so when it's time to get going, like you have enough strength to keep that momentum going. You don't have to go and stop. Like you could just keep going. Right there we have the Five of Wands. Because some people will want you to stop, so they can cause a lot of conflict and fight with you and throw you off your game and stuff like that. And right, the obstacles. Oh yeah, the obstacles. Right. This is one obstacle that you have to overcome. You have to fight. You have to yeah, like overcome, hop over, whatever it is. Um, like with in track they have hurdles and stuff like that, but you don't slow down. You slow down a little bit to make sure you get over it, but you still keep the same pace. So it's like you need to figure out how to do that effectively for you and smoothly for you while you can still be yourself, right? If somebody trying to come with you to have a competition or insult you and stuff like that, um, are you lashing out because of what they said, or are you like holding yourself in and controlling yourself and realize like whatever this person says doesn't really affect you or bothers you because it have nothing to do with you, right? Because you know who you are, you accept who you are, and whatever this person is telling you or try to paint you or portray you to be, you know that you're not. And we have death. And you're putting it to an end. And then growing into something else or transforming into something else. right? Putting these competitions to end and walking away from these people so you can go find people. You can be yourself, be vulnerable, speak your mind, and they love you and accept you for who you are. And you also love and accepting yourself for who you are. Like though, like I said, with the negative qualities, it's like these people that's trying to paint it off as negative so you can throw it away when it's actually what makes you unique and what makes you different. Those are the best qualities about you. Just these people can accept it, or they can't accept it because it wasn't meant for them to understand or grasp, because they're not part of your actual soul family or your soul tribe, right? Or even part of you discovering your life purpose. They was meant to come in to slow you down, to stop it, so you would never find it. You would never transform and grow into it. Right? And then we have, yeah, the Knight of Pentacles. It would have took you a long time to find it or to even realize it. They want you to pretty much drag your feet on discovering who you are, what makes you different, the like the best qualities of yourself. They just wanted to paint it off as negative and make it seem like it's a problem when it wasn't never a problem. It's a problem to them because they don't understand it, because they don't know how to like. It's like having a manual and like having to put something together and you don't know how to read the manual, understand the manual, so they can't put it together. So they just like, oh, the thing is the problem. And it's like the thing is not a problem, and you pretty much are that. Like they don't understand how you work or your how to use you or your manual, what it's trying to say or anything like that. So they're trying to paint you off as the problem. But if you go to somebody that actually understands the manual, know how to work, how does it work and stuff like that, they will see like it was never a problem. It works perfectly fine. You're good. And then negative qualities was never negative, like I said before. It's just they were stubborn and understanding you, even if you were trying to communicate to them and express yourself, they they wouldn't listen because they were stuck in their ways. They wanted you to conform to what they wanted. But what they have wanted would have caused you nothing but, a boring struggle, but like boring, stifling, and miserable life that you didn't really. At some point in time, you would have like resented this person, or just didn't feel like your life had no hope or no meaning. And you wouldn't have realized or known why. But also with the knights take order from somebody. So like I said over with the no, it's the fire ants. The fire ants is all about following orders. You following somebody else's orders rather than taking control over your own life. And that's another problem which needs to change and stop. Right? With the Nine of Cups. Because you're trying to please other people and leaving yourself out in the cold. Right? Because it's the same moon here and the same moon here. But this moon is white. So it's like we're over here. You're trying to people please and stuff like that. Because the deer is going in this direction to the death. It's like you might have took you a very long time to realize why it needs to change and to change your ways, but it's like you're starting to realize it and see it and change it. And that might, the people that are trying to use you or manipulate you will try to come back again and try to do it again, start the cycle back over. But you're standing your ground and realizing like it's not worth fighting with these people. They're choosing not to understand you. They don't want you to grow. They don't want to see you heal. They don't want to see you happy. They just want to see themselves happy. They want to stay in their pride and their arrogance and feel like they're the only one that should be happy, and everybody else should be miserable. If they're miserable, you should be miserable too. If they're happy, you should be happy but not as happy as they are. And that's not really fair. And that's just wishful thinking. which is why you need to stop, think about like who are these people that's pulling on your energy and trying to make you feel less than. Because now I'm looking at the shading. Um, if you go with the shading, these kind of sort of are similar. The Star and the Knight of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles is very slow. So you might be slow to discovering, like I said before, because they wanted you to second guess your, not even second guess, they wanted to destroy your confidence. So they will say little slick shit if, yeah, film confirmation. They would say little slick shit to eat at your confidence, right? So you don't be courageous, be bold, take opportunities, go after certain things, right? Your success for one, right? You won't go after that. You won't try to do things differently in your life. You won't try to learn from the mistakes. You will make a mistake and give up and be like, oh, well, I guess that's it. And then it's like, no, where you keep trying and trying, they just want you to give up and stuff like that. And it's just slowing, so you can slow down. Not even like, you might feel like you're not ready, right? And Spirit just like, all right, take your time, but you need to like, you feel like you're not ready because you're listening to what everybody else is saying, but we're telling you, Spirit is literally telling like, you're ready. You can do this. You have the confidence to do this. You have the strength to do this. We wouldn't tell you if you didn't have the strength to do it. It's these people around you that's telling you that you don't have the strength to. So stop listening to them and listening to me, and let me tell you what to do and how to go, where to move. If I say duck, duck. Okay? Like if I say jump, jump. Like, because you have the strength to listen and to let these people go and move on with your life and actually be happy. And it's like once you like fight this battle, or whoever want to argue and stuff like that, you defend yourself and you move on to your happiness and stuff like that. You might need to take a little break, recharge, and then go into this next step, this next journey. But then we have Grumpy Red Fairy with Be Your True Self. Yeah. And then we have Amara the, don't know how to say that, with Aloha Healing. Now, if there's any like if there's any insecurities, they don't want you to heal your insecurities because they benefit off your insecurities. They benefit off of you being a people pleaser. They don't want you to heal that because then you will no longer allow them into your space or your energy. Then we have the Sewer Mermaid. Your sincerity, your sensuality is beautiful. Right? That's what I'm talking about. They were trying to take your kindness for a weakness. And paint like the true you, right? It's fine the way that it are. It's just these people didn't understand it, and that's why they're trying to paint it off as negative because it's like the things that are very useful and beneficial that is why the world is better because you're in it. They were trying to say like, no, we don't need it. Get rid of it. And it's because they couldn't make use of it. They couldn't understand it because it wasn't meant for them to understand. But who is it? Who needs to understand it will understand it. Who won't understand it just won't understand it and don't know how to use it. But they are so, and like there's wishful thinking. There's so much pride and arrogance that they don't want to admit that they don't understand it. They feel like, oh, if this person could understand it, I should understand it too. And it's just like you and that person don't think the same. You don't have the same mindset kind of thing. You're not that other person might be open minded, you're closed minded, which is why this person understanding you don't understand it, kind of thing. Then we have the Violet Duchess, stifled, boring, and stuck. That's the life that they wanted you to have. Because they wanted to play on your kindness and take it for a weakness and abuse it. They wanted to, the love that you have for them, they wanted to abuse it pretty much. And control your life and what you're doing, but make it seem like they love you. They're doing it because they love you. But that's not really the case. Then we have the fairy of the green world, the natural world needs you. Yes, like I said. What they were trying to paint as negative, Spirit's just like, no, we gave her that gift for a reason. It's because the world needs it. That's why you're here. And then we have the three faiths, what comes around. Yes, they try to stop you, now somebody gonna stop them. And it looks like a spirit. Like what goes around comes around. You're gonna continue going on and doing what's best for your life, and they get to sit and watch. Because they try to leech off your success. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Fairy of Divine Hand, intoxication, distorted vision, and overindulgence. Yeah. They wanted you to see yourself in a very distorted, unhealthy way, which is very, it's unfair, it's inconsiderate, and just wishful thinking. To think that you can control or dictate somebody else's life. Okay, so he's filling the floor, so I'm pretty much done shuffling. So we have turn criticism into kindness. And what came out with that was show off your sparkles and shine from the inside. Right? Because people just think beauty is just what's on the outside. And it's just like you can be beautiful on the outside but have a nasty ass attitude, which is turning you to be a whole ugly ass person. So it's just like, if you have a beautiful inside, they'll also will radiate out. If you have an ugly inside, that also will radiate out. You just become ugly on the outside. So just like maybe you should work on yourself. You know? Heal. Okay? If you just think everybody should be miserable, you might be one of those ugly people. Because your energy is ugly. You're going to be radiating ugliness. You're going to attract ugliness as well. So just maybe you should stop that. Rather than trying to blame other people and take them down and be like, oh, why this person, why them, why this? It's just because the energy they putting out. You're putting out jealousy, competition, envy. That's what you're going to get. Competition, envy, struggle, back and forth, battles. Because that's the energy you're putting out that you want to deal with. And then we have stay away from drama today. Yeah. This person, nothing but drama. And some people can only exist and function in drama and chaos. And though those are another people that's trying to slow you down from your growth. They're another obstacle. Then we have slow down and rest. You need it. Yeah. We have perform a random act of kindness. What popped in my head was to you. Like, do something kind for yourself. Especially with the self-care cards that I have. Also, because this person trying to distort your vision of the vision of yourself. They want you to have low self-esteem. And if you already had low self-esteem, they want you to have lower self-esteem. To think yourself as untouchable, as a very lowly person that nobody wants to touch you or something like that. When that's not even the case. We have breathe in bliss and exhale the bullshit. Yeah. Cause that was a bunch of shit. What popped in my head? Well, what you said was some bullshit. Yeah, cause what they said was some bullshit. Yeah. Then at the bottom of the deck we have nourish your body with high vibing energy. So the question is with what is the most courageous thing I have done? How do I show courage every day? Okay, the affirmation is I am courageous and I stand up for myself. Okay, so like I was saying, if when you go this way, is you're going after what makes you emotionally happy as slow as it might take you a while, right, to get started. But it's like once you let go what needs to be let go and you start again, these people might try to come back, start a little ruffle. Because if you go this way, the Five of Wands could be considered the tower, right? Um, and the tower is, destruction, a turning point, a shift. But you already had that shift with this rebirth, and they trying to come back in and trying to cause some problems and some battles and some challenges, trying to compete where they can't compare. And you still evolved onto the star either way, because you're just putting it behind you. You're not really focusing on it. What what popped in my head was it's above you now. Like it's just you're not dealing with it. You're not focused on it. You staying away from the drama. You're just like, all right, you fight amongst yourself. Like I do good. Um, and you just continue moving on and being happy with your life and standing in your purpose. And then we have what is working well in my life right now. How would I live my life differently if no one was judging me? Then the affirmation is breathe in confidence and exhale fear. See, with that breathe in bliss and exhale the bullshit, the fear is the bullshit. They wanted you to be scared, so you don't go after your dreams, your goals, and your aspirations. You don't do what makes you happy. You don't be your true self. You don't heal because they don't want you to be having this stuck, boring ass life, sitting with them, having this stuck, boring ass life, not growing, struggling. They struggling, you struggling. Y'all looking at each other, struggling together. That's the life that they want you to have. And it's just like, who is you to say that's the life that I'm deserving of? And it's like that's why it's like this. What comes around goes around. They wanted that for you. They get it for themselves because that's what they wish. They wanted it so much. They had nothing but time and opportunity to change, and they didn't change. But you changed. You wanted to change, and they stopped you. Gatekeeped. Cock blocked. The spirit saw that you wanted to change, was like, nah. So she got to change. She got to go. She got to continue because that's what she wanted to do. You wanted to stay here and be stuck? That's what you get. And they're going to be like, oh, that's not fair. How come this and the third? And it's like, because you never made an effort to change. So it is fair. You wanted this person to live a fearful life, being worried and stuff like that. Low self-esteem, not being confident or courageous, not being brave, not having strength. No, it's fair for you to have that because you were trying to wish that and conjure that up for somebody else, make it so that somebody else can have it. So you have it for yourself. You must have wanted it, like. Then we have how do I feel about accepting my negative qualities? Am I accepting my whole self? Right? It's like every time you try to accept yourself fully, they stopped you. Spirit saw the work you was trying to put in. They was like, no, she got to go. You don't. Then we have I accept all my quirks and uniqueness. Right? Because with the karmic lessons, before the cycle ends, pretty much you have a test, right? You probably didn't fully pass the test, but you passed enough to evolve before this person did and continue going. Where this person didn't even write their name, didn't even pass, didn't even show up, kind of thing. It's just like, why would it be fair for you to to go on to the next level? That makes no sense. I mean, they didn't try to heal or anything. They didn't try to learn nothing or nothing. Then we have, am I holding on to something I need to let go? What steps should I take to let it go? And then we have everything pass everything passes if you learn to hold on lightly. Hold on to things lightly. Okay. Yeah, that's what you're holding on to these people because you really want them to come into this new cycle with you, but they're just karmics, and they will continue to slow you down. These are your hurdles. Like with the okay with track. Remember like my hurdles analogy. Imagine you are running, right? You hop over a hurdle, right? Yeah, woo, great for you, right? You hop over the next one, great for you, great for you, great for you. Then you hop over the other one, great, great. Or you're doing good, you're doing good. Then you hit one, okay? But you still run. You keep running, but this hurdle stuck to your foot. So now every time you try to jump over the other hurdle, that one hurdle that stuck to your foot like taking the other hurdle with it. Like you're just carrying a whole bunch of hurdles because this one problem is a recruit with a whole bunch of other problems with it to carry. Like it's let it go. That's what I'm trying. You need to let go of the first hurdle. You should have kicked it off your foot when you realized it was on your foot, kind of thing, and keep going. That's the that's what I was envisioning. I hope that analogy makes sense to you because it made sense to me. Like it just. Then we have what is something. What's special about me? Why is the world better because of my presence in it? And then the affirmation is I make a difference. And then we have what does success means to me personally? What does success mean to me personally? What would I do differently next time? My abilities to conquer my challenges is limitless. My potential to succeed is infinite. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing for this reading. If you feel like this reading helped you or resonated with you, then please like, share, and subscribe. Other than that, I'll see you next time. Bye.